Hello everybody, I'm Robert Storms. Welcome back to the channel once again. If you're finding me for the very first time and you're not yet already a subscriber, be sure to click that subscribe button. Yesterday we got the first official trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and I have to tell you, there's a lot to talk about with this trailer. I'm going to break down stuff I like, I'm going to break down stuff I don't like, and give my overall thoughts of the trailer. But let's jump into the stuff that I really enjoy about this trailer, and that is the look. The animation is fantastic. It's animation that we never seen before on the big screen. Like, this is like very unique animation, and that's what really gets me excited about it, because with all the different Spider-Man movies that we've seen, since the Tobey Maguire to the Tom Holland movies, they've all been live action. Now we're finally going to get to see an animated Spider-Man film in the theaters, and that's a very exciting thing for me as a huge Spider-Man fan. And the animation is such a good blend of like Pixar and DreamWorks mixed with like comic book cell shading type art, and I just love the look of that. Another thing that I really like about this trailer is I like the fact that this movie is going to be centered around Miles Morales, because even though I was very skeptical about the Miles Morales character when he was first announced and first introduced in Ultimate Fallout number 4, I actually really ended up loving this character. He's one of my favorite characters in the Marvel Universe, and his first arc in the comic books of Ultimate Spider-Man issues 1 through 24 is some of the best comic books that Brian Michael Bendis has ever wrote. Miles Morales is the character that you can relate to, and you understand the reason why he became Spider-Man and chose to do the things that he does. And of course, the other thing that excites me about this trailer is the fact they are diving into the Spider-Verse. If you are unfamiliar with the Spider-Verse, about a year or two ago, Dan Slott did this giant arc called Into the Spider-Verse, where he had all these different Spider-Mans show up together in order to take out this threat. That was the first introduction of Spider-Gwen. That character just blew up. That was supposed to be like a one and done type thing with the Edge of Spider-Verse, and she really blew up. That comic book blew up quickly, became like $130 comic, and that character was so big that they decided to do her own spin-off comic book series, and Spider-Gwen just really blew up. We see a glimpse of Spider-Gwen at the end of this trailer, so as a huge Spider-Gwen fan myself, that really had me geeking out. I love Spider-Gwen so very much. I love Gwen Stacy in any fashion anyway. Like, she is my girl. She is like the real girl next door. I love Gwen Stacy so much, and I like the fact that they're playing around with this Spider-Verse storyline, and I'm really curious to how that's going to go, because the Spider-Verse storyline in the comics is really complicated, and you just can't put that and adapt that to the screen. What Dan Slott did in the comic books works for the comic books because you have so many years of Spider-Man history that you can dive into to explain that. For a movie, though, an animated movie that's really catered toward kids, you can't really explain that whole Dan Slott story, so they're going to have to make it different. It looks sort of like they're combining the Spider-Man storyline that Brian Michael Bendis started, which had Mysterio open up a portal to Peter Parker's world that blended Miles Morales and Peter Parker together. Don't know if they're going to do that, because Mysterio has been confirmed for Spider-Man Homecoming 2. So would they really do Mysterio in the animated movie and Mysterio in Spider-Man Homecoming 2? Not sure, but I like what they're going. I like the feel of this trailer, and I like the overall presentation, and I'm definitely excited to see it when it comes out this holiday season. Now that I got all the positives out of the way, and you guys know that I am generally excited to go see this movie, let me just hit on some of the negatives, just a little bit of negatives, because when I first watched this trailer, I had to sit down and I had to watch it like 2 or 3 times, because the first time I watched it, I didn't really care for it, because I personally felt like they took the Miles Morales character and they changed him so much compared to the way he was first presented in Ultimate Fallout and the first Ultimate Spider-Man comic books that Brian Michael Bendis wrote. It felt like they really changed the character, because Miles Morales was a character who was bitten by a spider that his uncle Aaron stole, and that kind of gave him these Spider-Man powers, and he didn't become Spider-Man. Like, he didn't don the mantle of Spider-Man until Peter Parker died fighting the Green Goblin. And when Peter Parker died, Miles felt like it was his purpose to keep doing what Peter Parker died for. And it really meant a lot in the comic books, and it played very well. But in this trailer, it looks like Peter Parker's still around. We just have a aged Peter Parker, much like we have in the 616 universe right now in the comics, because after Secret Wars, everything got put together in one universe. But that's a whole different rant for a different video. But I feel like they're really trying to change what Miles Morales was when he was first established in the comic books. But his father, Jefferson Davis, doesn't even feel like the Jefferson that we got in the comic books, because the Jefferson in the comic books feels really layered, where Jefferson in this trailer just looks like, oh, the dad who loves his son and wants to crack jokes and kind of embarrass him in front of his friends. And that's the way it feels. It really feels like they're really taking the Miles Morales character and gutting all the stuff that makes him unique and interesting and making it just yet again another character for this Spider-Verse. And as much as I am excited to see Spider-Verse on the big screen, one of the things that worries me is the convoluted nature of the Spider-Verse storyline, because you are having people come in to watch this movie, and I think it would have been better if you just had a Miles Morales standalone movie, animated standalone movie, and then if it was successful, then in the second movie, then you introduce the Spider-Verse. And I thought that would be the way to go. Introduce Spider-Verse toward the end of the movie, sort of like an end credit scene, and then have that be the plot for the second movie, but focus on Miles Morales in this movie. Focus on him, the relationship with his uncle, and how he got his powers, and why he donned the mantle of Spider-Man. I thought that would be the way that it should have went down and the way it should have focused. But Sony always likes to go big, always likes to do these weird things with their characters, and they're deciding to launch out with Spider-Verse right off the bat. And I really want to know how that's going to play in and how they're going to be able to keep all that stuff straight for the average viewer who might not be well versed in the Spider-Verse and understand everything that's going on. That's the thing that worries me. I think jumping into the Spider-Verse storyline right now in your first movie is a very ballsy thing to do, and I'm just wondering if it's going to work. But overall, love the trailer. Definitely looking forward to this movie, and it looks really fantastic, and I can't wait to go see it. But I want to know what you guys think. How do you feel about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Be sure to hit that like, subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. And until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.